This week at the Château, Tony gets his hands on another digger and uncovers the second water hold. Ash gets to play on a tractor, and I give the dormer windows a lick of paint. So, wish me luck. So I'm just up here on the third floor of the chateau. I'm on the rear centre dormer window, and while the weather's quite nice, I'm going to obviously get some work done on these. The frames are in pretty poor state, so we've been wanting to crack on with that for quite a while. The frames are rotten in places, so they're going to need wood replacing, fillering, so they're going to need quite a lot of work to get them sorted. But luckily the actual window panes themselves, they've been replaced at some point, so we've got double glazed windows on each of them up here, so it's obviously good to keep the heat in winter, and obviously it's good for us because they've been replaced. But obviously over the years, whatever paint was on there is obviously came off, so to protect them and preserve them as much as we can, then we're going to get a couple of licks of paint on those as well, and then get it all tied in, so it'll be good. But first of all, obviously we just need to get some work done on these, obviously the actual frame of the dormer windows, and then we can get on with the painting as well. So while the weather's nice, I've decided to come up here on the top part of the chateau on the rear, just to start doing a bit of paint on these dormer windows. Originally Tony had done a bit of work on them, getting them back to the wood and varnishing them. Reason being is obviously when we'd looked at old photos from like the early 1900s, all of the windows, the dormers, the shutters were all in obviously the natural wood, with obviously a bit of a varnish on. Then we'd seen some photos that were slightly later, and all of the dormers, the windows and the shutters had all been painted white, which gives it a bit more of a French look. So maybe me decided to change the idea of going to the wood and paint everything white, like they did more recently. Obviously because the chateau had been left for so long, all of the paint had just completely flaked off, so we couldn't see obviously that they were white. It was just down to the bare wood. So just doing a lot of preparation work, just filling in all of the gaps on the wood, giving it an undercoat, and then obviously just giving it a couple of coats of top coat on it just to protect it, obviously because this side does get quite harsh weather. Being up here though, obviously it is quite scary being so high up. We're literally at the top of the chateau here, but one of the bonuses is obviously there's just some fantastic views just looking over the French countryside. So every now and again I'll just have a little stop and just enjoy where I am. It's fantastic, nice relaxing work. But I'll show you obviously what I can see now. So now I've got the front fascia part of the middle dormer window done. The next part is to do the parts under the actual roof of the dormer, which you can just see just going along here. It's just the trusses going along. But to get to those, obviously the scaffolding can't actually reach from there. So I'm going to have to go up this little ladder to the top of the roof to get these last little bits done. So quite scary going on a little wooden ladder so high up at the chateau, but needs must, and we have to get the job done. So wish me luck. While I'm up here on the side of the dormer window, one of the problems is these slates. Now, obviously, because me and Ash are going to be living up at this part, we're going to have a bedroom, sitting room and a bathroom. But when it gets quite windy up here, these decorative slates can rattle a little bit. So while I've got access, I'm just going to put a little bit of silicone underneath just to hold them down, just so they don't rattle and make too much noise when we're living up here. A couple that have slipped as well, so we'll be able to get those into place. Just so it all finishes it off really, and then get the underneath painted, and that's this one finished.
So, got the weather for it again. This week we're going to be messing about in the gardens.
Yeah, well, we're going to try and uncover the second water hold, dig out as much as we can from the inside so it looks similar to the other one, and then level off around the ground, do a little bit of other works, and busy times.
I'm looking forward to it. You've got a digger, I've got a tractor to play with.
Yeah, I mean it's great being able to borrow the tractor and trailer, because that saves Tracy a lot of wheelbarrowing.
Yep, well she's a Wonder Woman.
Much as she loves
now,
it,
so
yeah.
I know, but it's all good, needs doing. But
yeah.
No, I can't wait to bop about. And
I think we'll have 4 or 5 days of hard work, but if the weather stays like this, it's going to be fantastic.
Stupid, you can't work in the chateau and it's like, it's just too nice.
No.
Especially when we've got this much to do outside as well.
Yeah, it's getting that balance. It's, we've got to keep it a bit of this, bit of that.
There's enough of us here now, so work can go on in different places, which is really good. So to be able to see, I think I'd love to see the gardens, see how they were, see what they were like.
Yeah, and we might be able to get it something like flat as well, get rid of some of the hillocks and get rid of a lot of the rest of the brambles that are still persisting around the edges.
Yeah, well, I just want to get the drone up, see what it looks like up there. I think it'll look great.
Give it 4 or 5 days and we'll be there. It'll be fantastic.
Yep.
I'm coming, you're okay. Stop looking away. You're okay. I'm coming, following the stick. Following the stick. Keep on coming, you're okay. Stop looking away. You're okay.
So it's been a busy week for us all, hasn't it? Obviously, first of all, we started off on, well, Ash and Tony got all of the second waterhole cleared out, didn't you?
Yeah, playing with boys' toys.
Tractors, JCBs, diggers.
JCBs.
It's been brilliant.
I know.
It's been nice seeing all the machinery on site though, hasn't it? And just seeing some
And
live.
having a go of it all.
And
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah,
It
saved your back.
saved your back.
But yeah, but it was just amazing, just like how much was just getting moved around in like.
from the first one, when we done the first one, the time that took to doing this one.
Yeah, well,
Well,
we went
the
here obviously for the
difference.
first one, so
The bigger digger certainly made a big difference.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cleared
There wasn't a
it.
full-size digger, that's next. We're just working our way up.
But we were lucky. We've got some amazing friends. They've lent us some tractors, some tipping gear. If it wasn't for them, you'd have had about 600
Oh,
wheelbarrow loads, Trace, as a
absolutely.
minimum.
Yeah.
Even Jonathan couldn't have coped with that
No.
many.
No, not with these massive wheelbarrow.
No.
Oh, he's up to full-size
He's
ones
moved
now.
up scale now.
Oh yeah, he's got the big ones now.
Oh God.
I
But
popped
yeah.
the tyre in it for him. Just to make it that bit harder.
Just slow him down.
Build his muscles up.
Yeah, I'll tire him out so he goes to bed.
Either worked.
But no, that's been good. And then I've been cracking on with doing work on the dormer windows on the chateau, because obviously they were in a bit of a sad state, weren't they? Obviously you'd been
There
doing
were,
a bit of work
yeah, I
on
mean,
them.
we did the repair work and we gave him some undercoat and a little bit of stain, but then on reflection, white looks better. So
Yeah.
you were right, Terry.
It was a dilemma.
It
We
was.
didn't want to offend Terry by saying,
and Terry sends me photos while I'm meant to decide while you're out. What does this look like? What do you think of this? And if I had to text back, oh, it looks awful, I'd have got murdered. If I had to text back, it looks nice, you'd have said, well, everyone else thinks it looks awful. I couldn't win.
No, we just didn't want to make it. You'd spent so long painting them brown, and then it was like, well,
I knew they had to be a white
Yeah.
because it was just.
It does fit in better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does, and it looks so much better now, and it ties in with the chimneys because obviously they've been rendered to make those obviously structurally sound.
They'll calm down a little bit over a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah.
it does look better white.
But it's good. So a lot of work done. Obviously, our mum hasn't been in this episode. She's been working away in the cottage, doing work on the.
They've had me locked up, really.
Yeah, we had her in
To
the.
keep her away from the diggers. Last time it was brutal. We thought if we kept her away.
We chucked her in the chokey.
Safer for everyone.
They locked me away to keep me away from the diggers.
You just wanted to do some painting for a change, that's the truth.
Yeah, but my mum's been in the cottage doing some work in there. Obviously, you haven't seen much in the cottage, so
We've got some exciting news on that though, haven't we?
we have. What we're going to do is obviously because we've just now all of us are here together and so much work's going on. We've just got so much footage. So on the Sundays, we're going to keep primarily to the chateau work that we're going to be doing, and then we're going to start doing a quick update on a Wednesday, which
For the cottage.
Tony and my mum will be doing sort of like a walk around talk just about what work's going on. It won't be as long as these videos, but it's just more of a quick update to see what's still going on in the cottage, and then when we can we'll add a couple other bits in, because quite a lot's gone on since, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, I
a massive
mean-
amount since we've all been together.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
massive amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the focus is because we've been pushing the chateau forward and having the party that we all really needed.
Yeah.
The work's still been going on in the cottage, but there's been no time to let everybody
To
know
film
about
it,
it.
really,
so
has there?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just been that much work going everywhere though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everywhere. So you look
well,
around.
just 2 extra pair of hands, but it feels like there's 6 more on site.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. It's the enthusiasm and the zest thing
Yeah.
that just kicks in.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
So that'll be on a Wednesday.
yeah, we'll
won't
be
it?
starting those this Wednesday. We've got the first update that Tony's just doing, obviously a walk around of the cottage, just to show you obviously the bits that
Where
you've
it's
missed
up
in
to.
between. Yeah,
If it looks a bit like the Blair Witch project, just let me know, because I'm not very good at the old walkie-talkie stuff.
but yeah, it's all good, all sorted. But thank you again for watching the video, and obviously we love all the comments that you send in to us. We do read all of the comments and we do try to get back to as many as we can.
Aussi, nous travaillons le français aussi, donc c'est possible à parler en français 2 mois, 3 mois, possible.
Oui, c'est possible, mais nous les cas d'idiot.
D'accord. But yeah, but if you could like the video, obviously it helps with us, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can get all the updates for when we're doing the updates for the cottage and for the chateau.
Don't forget you'll have all your little bits at the bottom of the screen here for Instagram and Facebook. And
Yes.
Yeah, like Tony normally
And
says.
twelve.
They're down there somewhere.
So we're down the bottom, so you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and obviously on YouTube. And thank you again.
And again.
Merci.
See
Bye.
you soon.
Au revoir.